nothing systematic about it, although at times it seems to be systematic. There are more mystical degrees in Sufism than in all other forms of mysticism, stacked one on top of the other, mixed up and shaken up together and added multiplied by 5,000. They have degrees and degrees and degrees. But no, it doesn't mean what you think. And actually, I have no right to talk to you about Sufism. And you have no right to listen to me about Sufism. And so what we are doing is from the start completely stupid. See, so we should all just get up and pack up our marbles and leave. And it would be better if we did. However, since we always do very foolish things, we will continue to talk about Sufism. If you stop listening, well, then you'll do right. See, but as I continue to talk about it, I will be foolish. And then what is the value of talking about this? Probably very little. It's a good way to waste a half hour before Vespers, as we have done, and I have been working at this business of wasting a half hour before Vespers for well over 15 years. And so I have now become adept at killing time before Vespers to no purpose, so we shall continue doing this. However, since the Sufis claim that they are seeking to know God, and since we, even in our weak moments, claim that we came here to seek to know God, of course, I mean, we don't claim that very often. We aren't such fools as to claim that consistently, but once in a while we get a moment of fever or something in which we say to ourselves that we came here to seek God, see? And in these moments of weakness, when we get a sort of dizzy spells and things like that, we think of ourselves as seeking God, but we soon get ourselves together and realize that we just came here to run around in circles. not to do anything like seeking God, but nevertheless. So these Sufis, see, are seeking God, and they're seeking the way to know God. And so that should have some interest for us. Now, since there was here a Sufi master a little while ago, I may perhaps just recall. And so I got a letter from him the other day, a very cryptic sort of a letter, and since I don't know exactly what he was talking about, because he got a letter from me which he thought was in English, but actually it was in French. But he knows neither English nor French, see. So he evidently gave it to somebody who knows neither English nor French to translate, and the man said it's in English and I can't translate it. So the Sufi wrote me a letter through a disciple in French saying, I've received your letter in English, and I will wait till it is translated into Arabic until I get the profound meaning of your words. So anyway, he was here, and a very good holy man. And one of the things that he absolutely refused to do, you remember, you were one of those that were there talking to him, Father Francis, weren't you? Yeah. One of the things he absolutely refused to do was somebody said, what's the, not exactly what's the quick way to get to union with God fast or something like that. So that type of question, what is the way to become united with God? And he sort of laughed and said, well, this isn't something that you talk about. See, he wouldn't give an answer to that question. And that is one of the basic things about the Sufis, is they do not have public answers about these things, and they don't claim to have formulas. See, so what you get in Sufism is a lot of sayings and stories and sort of indications and hints and proverbs and things like that, and you make of them what you can. So what we will do, talking about Sufism then, we will just simply throw all kinds of material around, which as far to the best of my knowledge, it will be from authentic Sufi sources. That's all I can tell you. I'll try to get stuff that's straight from the horse's mouth in some way or other, and that's the best I can do. It will be stuff from Sufi texts or Sufi stories or something, and we'll try and I'll give you some external structure, some framework, so that you can place it in history. Now, who are the Muslims? See, these guys are Muslims. So I suppose the Muslims, well, who are the Muslims? Founded by Malcolm X. Who are the Muslims? Who are anybody who wants to say who the Muslims are?
Followers of Muhammad.
Followers of Muhammad. They are one of the